Hi, I'm Jessica Macpherson and I'm the CEO and a founding committee member of St Kilda Mums. St Kilda Mums really just was a group of mums who were networking within their friends to find prams and cots and car restraints for these families in our neighbourhood who needed them, and we did this through social workers and through our maternal child health nurses. So it was a way that we could pass on our baby gear that we really loved to families that really needed it in a way that respected the family's dignity as well. We want to make sure that every baby that's born in Victoria has a safe cot to sleep in, and that every mum who's stuck at home isolated because she can't get out with her 3 little kids, gets the triple pram that she needs to be able to make it to school and to the shops and that sort of thing. We believe that by reusing and recycling our much loved baby gear, we not only share the joy of motherhood with each other, but we save the Earth's precious resources.
Hi, I'm Fiona. I've been volunteering at St Kilda Mums for just over a year now. Recycling is really important to me. We do it in our household at home. I'm always trying to put as much as I can into recycling. I hate the thought of waste. I hate the thought of things going to landfill when they don't need to. Especially when there is somewhere else that it can go that can be used. And I've learned a lot about recycling since being at St Kilda Mums, because they recycle an awful lot more than I was doing at home. I didn't realise how much could be recycled. I just love the fact that it's not going to landfill.
We reuse and we recycle absolutely everything that's donated to us, and we go out of our way to make sure that we put as little as possible into landfill. So one thing I've been really wanting to show you is our first food kits. We have a volunteer who takes donations of pre-loved cups and plates, crockery. We've got school lunch boxes in here as well, drink bottles. Some of this stuff is actually new. You can see this Tommy Tippy bottle is new and never been used. And she puts together these kits. We call them first food kits, and we'd give them out to families with 6-month-old babies that they're starting to introduce foods.
He's working hard. He knows the camera's on him, so he's working hard. Keep going,
so what you can see here is these volunteers have taken these car restraints apart and they're washing them. Car restraints get really dirty because food gets down underneath the fabric and into the seat. But they're very easy to wash. It's very easy to put the covers through the washing machine and then put the car restraint back together again. We get a lot of joy out of rehoming these prams because often they've been picked up off the side of the road out of hard rubbish and they were destined, to be crushed. And we've managed to give them a second lease of life. Another great way to extend the life cycle of something is to mend it. So we have this sewing station here. We do a lot of mending of things like undercarriage baskets and prams or hoods and prams, and this sewing machine gets quite a lot of work. Sometimes there are unforeseen alternative uses for things, which means they should never be thrown away. Beautiful. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. Have a great day. Most of our donations either come in a cardboard box or in a plastic bag, and those items are 100% recyclable. All soft plastic, including reusable bags, are able to be recycled at Coles and Woolworths. They have plastic recycling stations in their entrances where they recover the plastic bags that they sell you the groceries in, but also things like these reusable bags. If they were to get a hole in them, how sometimes they rip, they get a bit old, then that can also go here into the plastic recycling.
Hi, I'm Samantha and I'm working at St Kilda Mums today through our company Amdocs as part of our Project Helping Hands initiative and getting involved in the community efforts of volunteering. And I'm working with Isaac today, and about 15 other of our colleagues are here today.
And this is the second time I've been here, and I get a huge sense of accomplishment helping people. We're recycling all these great clothes to people who really need it, and I'm really enjoying it.
I think this is a great initiative. I've got grown children now, and I always wanted to re-gift my things that were still in good working order, like prams and cots, change tables, etc., as well as clothes. I just like the fact that we can give things back out into the community that's in very good working order, that's not going to any landfill, and it can continue to be used as well for people that are in need and perhaps can't afford to buy things that are brand new straight away.
We really believe that the provision of a pram and a car restraint really helps fight issues like truancy. You know, if it's a really terrible, wet, rainy day and you've got no way of getting your 5-year-old to school because you've got a newborn baby and no pram to transport your baby in, then you're probably going to keep your 5-year-old home for the day.
Like, I had a lot of things knitted for my growing family, and it's very hard to part with that to someone else that you don't know, but for it to come to a place like this and to feel the love that's been felt through our family onto another family, I think is really, really touching.
Here at St Kilda Mums, we really try to be paper free, and we have this amazing app called Canvas, which helps us achieve it. Canvas has got a whole lot of built-in apps that we've created that help us run safety checks on items like prams, cots, car restraints, porta cots, baby carriers, all sorts of items that have got mandatory safety standards. So if we find out that a pram, for example, has had a safety recall, we can put information about that into the app, and in real time, the next time one of our volunteers goes to check that item into stock, they won't be able to proceed. We can also load information around what the fix is into the app. It's a really great tool for measuring impact. It's fantastic for risk minimisation. It's not just about replacing paper with a digital form. It gives us a whole lot of security and a whole lot of safety, which is the number one most important thing to us at St Kilda Mums. I'm going to use Canvas to run a safety check on this pram. So I open up the app. It's called a pram and stroller safety check. It's got today's date, it knows who I am. I'm just going to select that I'm in the St Kilda Mums team and the product is used. And on the next page I can select the pram, make and model from this list. It's a Phil and Ted's. So I'm going to go ahead and choose Phil and Ted's from the drop down list. And then immediately up on this screen is a list of all the Phil and Ted's prams that have ever been recalled. Immediately you can see here that some models have been recalled. And I can get information about that recall on the next page. I wish more people knew about how easy it was to free cycle things. There's lots of buy, swap and sell sites around, and there are websites like Gumtree and Zilch, and there's a new one called To Share, eBay of course. There's lots and lots of ways of disposing of things that you no longer need. You've probably got a suitcase this big full of old cords from old mobile phones and computer cables and all sorts of things. Photograph each one, describe it, stick it on eBay. You might be surprised what you can sell it for. We work really hard to make sure that we don't let rubbish into the warehouse in the first place. So we only accept donations of things that we're confident we can rehome and pass on. We really try and reduce the amount of things that ends up in landfill, and we'd estimate that it would be less than 10% of everything that we process in this warehouse, you know, maybe even less than 5%. Every purchasing decision we make is a vote for the kind of future we want to have for our children, so we need to think really carefully about where that's going to end up.